Have you ever heard of the concept of plussing? It comes from the happiest place on earth. Yes, it was coined by Walt Disney. You see, Walt was obsessed with improving the guest experience. He would drive his cast members and Imagineers crazy with suggestions for improvement. Walt was always trying to figure out how to do a little bit more. This was so much of an obsession that Walt created his own word for these continuous improvements. Here's a superb summary of plussing by John Torre in the book How to Be Like Walt. Normally, the word plus is a conjunction, but not in Walt's vocabulary. To Walt, plus was a verb, an action word, signifying the delivery of more than what his customers paid for or expected to receive. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of examples of Walt plussing his products. He constantly challenged his artists and his Imagineers to see what was possible and then take it a step further, and then a step beyond that. Why did he go to the trouble of making everything better when good enough would have sufficed? Because for Walt, nothing less than the best was acceptable when it bore his name and reputation. And he did whatever it took to give his guests more value than they expected to receive for their dollar. Disney historian Les Perkins wrote about an incident that took place at Disneyland during the early years of the park. In 1957, just 2 years after the opening, Walt decided to hold a Christmas parade at the new park. The cost of building floats and hiring cast members was estimated at $350,000, well over $5 million today. When the finance team at Disney heard of the plan, they flipped out. The accountants immediately found Walt and sat him down. They pleaded with him not to spend money on an extravagant Christmas parade. Nobody would complain, they reasoned, if they dispensed with the parade because nobody was expecting it. They were already planning on being in the park. Perkins shared that Walt's response to the accountants was classic Walt. That's just the point. We should do the parade precisely because no one's expecting it. Our goal at Disneyland is to always give the people more than they expect. And as long as we keep surprising them, they'll keep coming back. But if they ever stop coming, it'll cost us 10 times that amount just to get them to come back. They did that parade back in 1957, and it has become one of the signature extras that separated Disney from any other theme park. So much so that the most asked question at any Disney theme park is, what time is the 3 o'clock parade? So, how are you plussing the experience you provide for your customers?